Hello everyone! Today I present to you a 1989 French Christmas horror film that can be called a mixture of Home Alone and whatever Psycho Santa film of your own choice. I am Thorstein from Cinema Terror, and this is René Mansour's Deadly Games. Deadly Games takes place, as you could expect, during Christmas, where the intelligent and adventurous little boy Thomas has a plan set in motion to be the first ever to capture footage and proof that Santa Claus is alive and active. He has been able to set this up as he has quite a huge amount of technical gadgets available in the big house that he shares with his mother and grandfather. Being early on the internet, Thomas is able to chat with a stranger who says he is the real Santa Claus. This individual is of course none of the sorts, but instead is a deranged person who quickly gets fixated on Thomas, making him set his plans to give Thomas and his family a little visit on Christmas Eve. Deadly Games is a film I never heard of before I started to work on my upcoming top 10 list of horror films from the year of 1989. And that surprised me, as I know there are people out there who love horror films set on holidays, and Deadly Games is certainly not a bad film to add to your watch list if this is the kind of stuff you enjoy. The film almost plays out like a love letter to its own decade. I could easily see someone make this exact film today, where we are more open to movies that include a lot of 80s nostalgia. Thomas is the embodiment of the 80s action star put into this 9 or 10-year-old body. He is courageous, funny, and ready to go head-to-head with the evil Santa. There are similarities between him and Kevin from the comedy Home Alone, which came out less than 12 months after Deadly Games. Both have a child as a leading character, they both have to go up against an intrusive enemy, and they both have to use their intelligence to outsmart their adversary. Screenwriter and director René Mansour was not all that happy about the release of Home Alone, as he had screened Deadly Games for potential American investors at the Cannes Film Festival in May of 1989, with offers quickly being presented about doing an American remake, which ended up never happening. None of the American companies picked it up to give it an American release either, which is probably why this is as unknown today as it is. Mansour was considering suing because of all of this, but from what I understand, he never actually got to that point. What he did do, however, with Deadly Games was to go straight for entertainment. There's nothing pretentious to be found there, it's all made to be fun by mixing comedy, action, and of course horror. There are some scenes that go for a more emotional aspect, but they feel a bit out of place, as while you're watching this film, you only want to look for the next fun scene that will either include some nice visuals or some fun action. The aspect of the film that I felt was lacking too much was the little focus that the Santa killer gets. He is obviously portrayed as a demented lunatic, but they don't give him that much to do. I think I would enjoy the film a bit more if we had seen more of him at the start of the film, perhaps at the same time increase the body count, as more scenes with him early on would give the film more intensity once he starts to terrorize Thomas and his family. I do recognize that for others this might just bring more creepiness to him, as he isn't given that much of a backstory. So this opinion is very much based on my personal taste, and I will say that I don't think this will put a hamper on the enjoyment for the majority of horror fans like it did for me. I also felt that the script could have been tightened up a bit, as it does feel like it is stretching its own material for way too long. If you ever wanted a bit more adult take on Home Alone, well, before it was even made, with a horror twist to it, then Deadly Games should be of your interest. The same goes for everyone out there that enjoys holiday and especially Christmas horror films. It's not the best one out there, but it is likely to be a nice find for those of you who might be unfamiliar with this French film, that are still awaiting to become the cult classic that I'm sure it would become if more people decided to give it a chance. That being said, I personally didn't love it or anything to that degree, but I am giving it this kind of praise and recommendation regardless, as I believe Deadly Games is a weird, fun film that I'm certain that other fans of genre films like this should check out. Deadly Games gets a 3 out of 5. So, who else out there has seen Deadly Games? What are your thoughts on it, and do you know of any Christmas horror films out there that more people need to check out? All recommendations and thoughts are welcome in the comment section below. If Christmas horror is the subgenre for you, then check out my review for the recently released enjoyable anthology film, All the Creatures Were Stirring. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe and whatever else we YouTubers always nag you about, and thank you for watching Cinema Terror.